Today's story is a legendary tale about Paul Bunyan. This story has been around since the 1800s. Paul was a huge man with great strength, and he was taller than the tallest tree. He could outrun the fastest deer, and he could cross a river in one step. He was a lumberjack who could cut down a forest in one day, and his axe handle was made from an oak tree, and it took 6 grown men to lift it. Paul Bunyan was born many years ago in the state of Maine. He was so big when he was born that 5 large birds had to deliver him to his parents. And when he was just a few weeks old, he already weighed 100 pounds. And as a child, he was always hungry. His parents had 10 cows to supply the milk that he needed to drink. And every day, he ate 50 eggs and 10 bags of potatoes. His parents noticed he grew 2 feet every day. Now, his parents were shocked, and they didn't quite know what to do with him, because when he rolled over in his sleep, he would cause a great earthquake. His father built a wooden crib for him and placed it in the ocean off the coast of Maine, so the waves would rock Paul to sleep. But when he would turn over in his crib, it would cause a great flood, and the townspeople were very upset about that, and they started complaining. So Paul's family moved out into the woods. As Paul grew into a young man, he helped his father cut down trees. He had the strength of 10 men, and he was very fast. And even though Paul was very tall, people liked him. And he never boasted about his strength. And when people would ask him how strong he was, he would just give a good-natured laugh. But his laugh was so loud, it sounded like thunder. And for miles around, people told stories about him. When he became an adult, he became a great lumberjack. One winter day in Maine, it started snowing heavily because it's really cold up there. Paul noticed, though, that the snow wasn't white. It was a vibrant shade of blue. So Paul put his snowshoes on and he went out into the snow. And you know what he saw? He saw 2 ears. And he reached down into the snow and he pulled out a little baby ox. And the ox was blue. And he put the ox in his pocket and he went home. And he laid the little ox next to the fire and he gave him some warm milk to drink, and the calf was very grateful. And he licked Paul's hand and he gave the little ox a little pat and he said, "Poor little baby." Well, after that, the ox became Babe. And Babe grew quickly, just like Paul, but his coat remained a vibrant, brilliant blue. And Paul built a barn for Babe to live in, but Babe was so big, the barn would end up on his back. And Babe ate a lot too. He ate a ton of hay and 3 wagon loads of turnips every day. And when Babe was good, Paul would give him an 80-pound lump of sugar. And Paul and Babe were best buddies. They went everywhere together and they worked together. On Sunday mornings, Paul and his crew ate pancakes. And one pancake was so big, it would take 5 regular men to eat one. And Paul would eat 12 to 14 of them at a time. Babe loved pancakes too, but one time he ate too many and he made himself sick. And Paul found out that not only did Babe eat all of those pancakes, he ate the kitchen stove, and it gave him heartburn. So Babe never ate pancakes again. Babe the blue ox grew old with Paul, and Babe passed away in South Dakota. Now there's many stories out there that say that Paul's still around. Sometimes he's in Alaska, sometimes they see him in Minnesota, and who knows where Paul is? Do you think maybe you have seen Paul?